Always wear approved protective clothing when using your chainsaw. A helmet with a visor, protective glasses, and hearing protectors. Trousers with strong saw protective material. Boots with added saw protection. And gloves. Check that the chain oil tank is full, that there is enough fuel mixture in the fuel tank, and check the chain tension. To start from cold, do as follows. Check that the chain brake is activated before starting your chainsaw. Engage the brake by pushing the chain brake lever forward. Set the engine in the choke position. If your model is similar to this, pull out the blue choke and starter lever completely, so that the red stop button pops up in the start position. It is important that the stop button is in its upper released position, otherwise the saw cannot be started. If your model looks like this, set the start-stop button in the choke position by pulling the red lever outwards and upwards. If your model has a decompression valve, depress it to make starting easier. This valve reduces the compression in the cylinder. When the saw starts, the valve will close automatically. Fully pump the rubber primer bulb 6 times. Grip the front handle with your left hand. Placing the chainsaw on a solid, level surface, place your right foot within the rear handle. Grip the pull starter handle with your right hand and slowly pull out the starter rope until you can feel a resistance. Do not pull the starter rope out completely. And do not release the starter rope from its part pulled out position. This could damage your chainsaw. Never wind the starter rope around your hand. Pull the rope repeatedly and with force until the engine fires. When the engine fires, reset the choke lever. If your chainsaw looks like this, depress the red choke lever. If you have this model, press in the choke lever. You are now almost ready to start running and using the saw. One more very important thing you must remember. As the chain brake is still activated, the engine speed must be reduced to idling speed as soon as possible. Pull the starter rope repeatedly and quickly until the engine fires. Reduce the revs with a quick press on the throttle. In this way, you avoid unnecessary wear on the clutch and the chain brake. When starting to operate the saw, release the chain brake by pulling the chain lever marked "Pull back to reset" towards the hand grip until it clicks. When pausing or stopping any sawing operation, reactivate the chain brake by knocking forward the chain brake lever using your wrist. Stop the engine by pressing the Start-Stop button. To restart a warm chainsaw, do as shown. Do not use the choke when the engine is still warm. But to make starting easier, you must activate the starter throttle. Proceed as follows. If your saw looks like this, pull out the blue lever so that the red stop button pops up into its starting position. Then push back the blue lever. If your saw looks like this, put the Start-Stop button in the choke position by pulling the red lever outwards and upwards. Then push it down again. If your saw has a decompression valve, press this to ease the start of the engine. Fully pump the rubber primer bulb 6 times. Activate the chain brake. One more very important thing you must remember. As the chain brake is still activated, the revs must be reduced to idling speed as soon as possible. Pull the rope quickly until the engine fires. Bring the revs down with a quick press of the throttle. This way, you avoid unnecessary wear on the clutch and the chain brake. Please note, reset the chain brake by moving the chain brake lever backwards towards the hand grip. Now, your chainsaw is ready for operation. To stop the chainsaw, press the Start-Stop button.